So what I'm going to do now is use another piece of yew and we'll make a pedestal for the actual bowl out of that piece of yew. So again, back to my trusty old Rutland's purifying air mask. I'll pop that on and I'm going to start off by putting the yew between centres and then I'll turn it down into a nice pedestal. So that's it there, it's that pedestal there that I'm going to shape. I'm going to keep a nice natural edge around the bottom. So what I'll do is I'll just get the brad awl and I'll make a mark on with the brad awl more or less where I want to on the centre, which will be about there. Just put a hole in there just with the brad awl and then turn it round the other way. I want a central mark around about there. And to hold it in between centres, what I'll do is I'll use the multi-point centres. So I've got a multi-point drive there, both the same size, both multi-point centres. It's the hawk and the falcon centres. So I'll put that into the chuck, tighten it down into the jaws. And then I'll bring the tailstock up, put the ball on there, and we'll bring the tailstock up here, and then pop that in between centres there, so that can go into there, and now they're the same multi-point centre, same size at each end, so if I want to reverse it round the opposite way, I can, and we'll still have the point in there. So I'll set the tool rest up. I've got my tool board here. Now I was thinking I would use the spindle roughing gouge to start off with, but I think what I'll do is I'll actually use the hunter tools right from the start and see how we go on. The only other tool apart from the hunter tools that I probably will have to use will be the parting tool and the 3mm beading parting tool skew. Got the protective piece of wax on there to protect it. Make sure it's on the centre and speed turned right the way down. There we go. So let's take a look at that. That's quite a nice clean cut in there. So we will take that down, and now I'll put the little spigot in here, a tenon, to fit inside there. So I'm taking the dividers there and I'll just set it down to the size of the spigot. What I'm going to use is my 10mm beading parting tool. Just I see a catching. So then what we can do, this is the beauty of the multi-point centres, we can actually take it out from in between centres and see how that fits. So I can take that out of there and see how that fits into there. Now I need to curve that a little bit more to get that to match in. So again, wind that back onto there. Make sure it's in the multi-points. That's it. And we want to curve that a little bit more there, just to take it down. That's it. Perfect. Perfect fit there. That's lovely. In fact, if I go like that, there we are. If I go like that, you can see it's a nice push-in fit. Not too tight, but not too slack either. So now we can start and put some shape in, and this is where I can have a little bit play with the tools, see how they perform between centres on a spindle. Have a look. Yeah, it's a nice clean cut as well. I'm going to take the bottom and just going to the overhead again, show you the shape that we're aiming for the pedestal. Yeah, so it's that sort of shape there. We're going to have a nice curve with, it's more or less like a nice vase shape. Nice flowing curve into there. Let's see what that looks like. It's a nice flowing curve into there. Maybe just make it a little bit thinner here. Nice fluid curve into there. Then on here, you want a nice fluid curve in here. Yeah, that sort of shape on there to go onto the bowl. Beautiful bit of wax tip on here, just to safeguard that. So there we are. So what I'll do now is I'll sand this round, and I'll go through the grits again down to 400. A nice flowing curve into there. And what you can do at the end of it, just if there's any little lines, you can just go with the grain like that. Sand up with the grain. It's beautiful, gorgeous wood. And when you put some oil on it, it'll bounce it out beautifully. So right, what I need to do now, I've flattened off the bottom, but I want to clean that up as well into there. I've got the cover on here, just been protecting the tip with the tool on there, on here. Just on there. So then, if we just take that back here, and I'm just gently removing that back area there. This is where I'm just going to take my time. Just held on by a 5mm tenon. And just take that button out in the middle. There we go. Put my hand over the top now. Get locked into my side. Like that. Let me see if I can show you the body movement over here. On an angle. Gently going into there. Don't forget, it's just held on with a 5mm tenon, so I don't want to be rushing the job. I just want to be taking my time and enjoying the journey. Into there, right back. Put it on there. Square across, and that should do nicely. Stop that. And then what I'll do is I'll just go through the grits again with the abrasive, and that'll be the pedestal finished with. So I'm just going to pop my guard on the tool there, and I always take the tool rest off when I'm sanding and never ever leave it on. Move this out of the road, bring my extractor up to here. It's a camvac extractor what I'm using, and remember to switch it on though. That's it, there. See that, and again starting with the 120, I don't need the 80, the 120 will suffice. There's 180, there's the 120 there. Pull that over, and I'm just going to gently into there. Yeah, I'll slow the speed down because you're always prone to surface checking, and you're better off if you can sanding at the slower speed. There we are, there's the back inclusion there. This project really, I wanted to use something that was quite difficult to work with to show how versatile the tools are. And so there we are, that's the pedestal turned. That's going to put some oil on there. Where's my little ball? There's my little ball. Fit that onto there like that. There we go, there's the pedestal and the ball like that. We'll oil it up later, but first of all I'm going to turn a mushroom, and then what we'll do is we'll oil them all together. I'll probably turn all of the 4 mushrooms, and then we'll get them all oiled together.